Hello, good morning everyone. You couldn't hear me, as usual. Thank you, Danny. How are you guys doing? I was just saying I got these fancy new lights and they're really blowing me up. It's sort of overwhelming. How y'all doing today? What time is it where you guys are at? CT. 1 a.m. Sheesh. That's not fun. Up late night. Just hack on Solana, huh? Yep, 9 a.m. That's what we want. I am in New Zealand. It is 6 a.m. here. There's a typhoon around, which is making things really, really windy. It's a bit spooky, actually. I don't know why everything is so windy. I can hear all the trees around my house. Nice. Good morning. I think I haven't looked outside. What did you guys have for breakfast or dinner? Or lunch? Maybe it's lunchtime. Cool. Supper. Could be supper. Let me know if the audio is alright, if you guys can hear me alright, if you guys want me to up the music, down the music, up myself, down myself, just let me know, yeah? Cool. We'll just get started. Alright, I'm seeing a few first time chatters here. How about I get you to put 1 in the chat if you've been here before, if you know what Buildspace is, and put 2 if you are new here, as in you haven't built to one of our streams before, this is one of your first streams. Just head in 2. Let me see. So we've got Hannah Web Dev, Alex Zor. Cool. We've got a few first timers. Nice. Cool. So we've got a decent number of first timers. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Buildspace. Cool. Alright, how about whether or not you have built a web3 app before? Could be on any blockchain, could be, anything. Could be a simple faucet, could be just something really complex. I don't know. Maybe you're a senior developer in here, just want to brush up your skills or watch me fail. Who knows? How about you put in 9 if you've built something web3 before and 0 if you haven't. So I'm gonna put in 9 because I have built something before. If you haven't, put in 0. Okay. Cool. All right, we'll get you all up to a 9 today. How about that? We're gonna go up 9 digits. Cool. Alright, I'll just give you guys an introduction as to who I am. My name is Raza. I am a TA at Buildspace. I also help with content. I will be your host today. I'll be walking you through just a bit of the project that we're working with. I'll show you, what Buildspace is all about. I'll show you all around, give you a tour of the space, give you a tour of our Discord, and just, give you an idea of what you'll be building. I've worked at web3 startups before. I'm also an active contributor to multiple DAOs, mainly developer DAO. I love that space. I really spend a lot of time there. That's who I am. What is Buildspace? You guys probably might be wondering, or maybe you're not wondering, doesn't matter, I'm just gonna tell you anyway. Buildspace is the #1 space or place where builders in Web3 hang out. We onboard Web2 devs. We just help people find friends. If you're just looking for a friend, if you're looking for a co-founder, if you're just looking for someone to build with, or if you're just looking to build, Buildspace is the #1 space for you. We are also partnered with a number of different companies such as OpenSea, Uniswap. We do a lot of partnering to get you guys jobs. So if you finish one of our projects, you get access to our job board. And companies on our job board can see your profile. On that note, I'm just going to share my screen and actually show you guys our profiles. They're pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Cool. I'm going to move my chat over here. Okay. Cool. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen. Woohoo! You can. Cool. So this is what you'll see if you head over to app.buildspace.so. So you can get here by just going to buildspace.so, and there is a login button in the top right. So just hit this button over here, and that will take you over here. Once you're here, you can obviously sign up for one of our projects. I'm sure you guys have already signed up for this one. They build a web3 app on Solana with React and Rust. I'd also recommend that you guys go in here and fill in your profile. It's going to ask you a few questions, just basic questions about, are you looking for work? How many years of experience do you have? Blah, 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 links and stuff. And yeah, you guys can fill it out. And once you've got this filled out, there's a bunch of companies that can see your profiles. So we've got a number of jobs listed here. So if you're looking for full-time work, we also got contract work coming up. So if you're just looking for work, looking for bounties, we're gonna have all of that very soon. But yeah, that's what Buildspace is all about. We are here to make your dev life easier. Our core focus is really just projects that are bite-sized that you can finish in a weekend. We really try to make them actionable. We try to make them something that you can ship. So every single one of these projects aims to be something that you can ship in a weekend and you can show to your friends. We want you to have something that something that's tangible, something that you can show to your friends, your family, your employers, your boss, your managers, your mom, your dog, I don't know, whoever it is you want to show your projects. So that's what we're all about here. We also focus a lot on customizability. So if you want to make a project, we really encourage that you do it your way. We're not stringent on, hey, it needs to be done this way. But yeah, that's pretty much what our projects are all about. I'll show you a few of the projects that we'll be building today, which are the Solana GIF portals. So if I just head over here, yep. So this is it right here. Actually, I got this up. Oh, so this is the project itself. I'll walk you through the dashboard in a bit. Right now, what I want to show you is the portals that you'll be making. So at its essence, it is a pretty simple application, but that's really because Solana is so awesome that you need to take it bit by bit. I'm gonna go here, make sure I've got my stream up so I can see you guys. Cool. So this is someone's wave portal. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. They've got basketball NBA GIFs. Cool. They've got the address of whoever submitted it. So really, at its essence, what this project is it allows you to submit data to the Solana blockchain, and it allows you to retrieve that data. We are going to be writing an actual smart contract. So in Solana, we don't call them smart contracts, we call them programs. So yeah, we're going to be writing a program in Rust, and yeah, you can customize it as much as you want, but the basic functionalities: add data to the contract, read data from the contract. So if I were to add a GIF link here, it would be added here. I'm going to go do exactly that. So if I head over to jiffy.com, I don't know, should I just go with LeBron? I don't know, that's a really weird search. Let's just go with, this is a perfect GIF. Jeez, maybe this one instead. So if I do share, right, copy this GIF link, head over here and put it, let's say submit. It should pop up my wallet. There we go. I am on the devnet, so I'm gonna send this link to you guys and you guys can try it out yourself. But yeah, oops, I kicked myself out. Did I? I did. Oops, should not have done that. So if I copy my GIF link and I click submit, so what this is doing is it's taking my data and it's going to add it to the Solana blockchain. So because it's adding it to the blockchain itself, what it needs is it needs some fees for me. It's a very small amount of fees. This is like, even if it were on the mainnet, this would be like, I don't know, less than 1 cent. Solana is extremely cheap. I'm just gonna approve this, and there we go. Look at that. Look at how quick that was. That was insane. That was, I don't know, sub 1 second. That's the beauty of Solana. Solana is just absolutely insanely performant. Sure, you've got to write Rust, but that's the benefit of writing Rust. I'll show you a few other projects. So we've got an anime GIF portal. We might need to refresh this page, and this one, and this one. Ooh, I think this might be broken. Oh no. We've got them in 4K or 1440p. Have I rejected the request? I have not. So what's going on here? That's sad. Not sure how they've set up their front end, but yeah, I'll just skip that one. GIF and meme portal. Okay, so this one seems to be working perfectly fine. Okie dokie. We've got a bunch of broken GIFs, but we've got some working ones too. Nice. Way to go, Grover. This looks pretty good. Let's submit a meme. Let's just go. I don't know, meme. I'll let you guys pick a meme. Let's see. Can you do crickets? We can do Doge, or we can do I don't know. Kermit. So crickets, Doge, or Kermit. Ooh, Danny, that's a really good idea. If y'all post NSFW stuff onto the blockchain, my goodness, nuh-uh. Gonna get me in trouble, huh? It's a good thing I'm not gonna go back to the pages that I already linked to, guys. That's my savior. I'll be faster. The girl, the Jedi roaches. The Jedi roaches it is. So the girl wasn't an option. Oh, I guess I should have made you. Okay, the girl is not an option. I'll leave it to one more vote. Whoever is next gets to decide which GIF I go with. Jedi roaches are just so good though. Nobody? Alright, let's flip a coin. Heads for girl and tails for Jedi roaches. Flip a coin. Heads for girl, yeah. Come on. Give me the Jedi roaches. Tails, yes! I got the Jedi roaches. So I'm just gonna copy these over. They're just so cool. This is my new favorite GIF. Okay, submit this. It's asking me for a transaction, and again, it's gone. And this is now on the Solana blockchain. So essentially what this app does is, as I mentioned multiple times, it adds data to a smart contract, and then we can just read data from that contract. We can make it as fancy as we want. Oof, we've got one just on topic, Lofi. My goodness, this is phenomenal. They've actually gone all the way to add votes. How cool is that? So this is sort of like, I don't know, an Imgur of sorts. Are you guys familiar with Imgur? I actually don't know if Imgur is available to me right now, but yeah, so what they've done is they've added in GIFs, and you can, cool, you can upvote or downvote the GIFs. I'm really liking, this is really good. I love the vibe, but I don't like the truck though. I don't like cars. Cars are whack. I'm gonna go with this one. This is really cool, and they've got them actually sorted by upvotes. So the one with the highest number of upvotes is right over here. I'm gonna go with this one, and it should ask me for a transaction. There we go. Like, how cool is this? You can basically make Imgur on the blockchain, uncensorable, which is probably not the best of ideas, but it is what it is. Is your Imgur NSFW? No. I actually don't know if it's enabled, so I sometimes disable my website. It's enabled. Okay, dang it. You got me. Sheesh. You know, I didn't think it was an FW because I'm not even logged in, but apparently it was. Thanks, Imgur. You're gonna get me banned. Cool. So what we would really like is if you guys do end up making a project, just tag, show your friends, tag us, tell the world what an awesome project you made. It really helps people look at you and understand that, wow, you are actually a proper Solana developer, because there's not a lot of people that can do Solana development. You're probably in the top 1% if you finish our project. So yeah, you can see Albert's project here. He's got a bunch of likes. People know that he is a Solana developer. Cool. Okay, whoa, this is different. Last one, I promise. We're not doing Marvel vs. Capcom. My goodness, look at this UI. This is absolutely baller. I like this. Sick. Okay, let's try dark mode. Can we do dark mode? We can. Oh my goodness, the built-in dark mode, but not built-in. Haha. Okay, this is way too good. I gotta give him one. He's also added tipping, so if I wanted to send some soul, I could. I'm gonna cancel that out because I don't know what that's gonna do. I don't know how much of my soul it's gonna take away. Oh, my soul. I've got Marvel versus Capcom, not doing that. Let's try. You guys have links disabled, or I would ask you guys to post links and GIFs, but you can't because the bot's gonna time me out because we don't have any mods. Let's just go with, I don't know, anything really. let's just go with awesome. I don't know. This makes me feel how cool this UI is. So we're just gonna go with awesome. Yay! Oh my goodness, this is good. I love the vibe on this. Look at his bright eyes. Oh my goodness, he's so happy. Cool. And submit. So I want to ask if you guys are aware of what blockchains are. So let's just go over that. I'll get a vote. Press 1 if you know what a blockchain is and you want me to skip, and press 2 if you don't know what a blockchain is, or you know what it is but you still want me to go over it at a high level. So 1 if you know what a blockchain is, and 2 if you want me to go over it. I am a pro. I know what a blockchain is. Okay, we've got a few ones and a few twos. Got some bros in the chat. Dang it. Coder Ape. Damn it. Okay, someone with the name Ape probably knows what up. Yeah. Cool. I'll just leave this here. It's the vibes. Okay, I'll just go over what a blockchain is anyway. So really, a blockchain is sort of like a computer that is globally accessible by anyone. So you see how you've got my computer, right? And I'm doing stuff on my computer, like opening websites and stuff. This is only accessible to me, unless I don't know, I give you guys a link or something. A blockchain is just a computer on the internet. It's available to everyone, it's accessible to everyone, and anyone can submit data or submit, data processing requests onto it. Because it's available to everyone and anyone can, submit data to it, to prevent spam, what blockchains do is they add fees. That helps maintain the entire computer. So, whoever is running the computer, and I'll go over that shortly in a bit, they get paid fees. They need to pay for their electricity. They need to pay for the, the device, the hardware itself. So that's how fees are used. Really, all you need to know about a blockchain is it's a virtual computer. Anyone can read data from it. Anyone can write data from it if they have the fees, if they have the money to pay the fees, and anyone can basically, do transactions on it. So transactions are really just processing of data. That's what I'm gonna go with. So why would you want to use a blockchain? For multiple reasons, really. There's nothing else like a blockchain out there. So really, distributed ledger technologies allow everyone to have, access to the same programs, to the same data in the same way. There's no, one account that has, more money or, it has higher power than other accounts on the blockchain. Everyone is pretty much, starting from the same space. And that really allows you to build applications that are financially, or not just financially, but just technologically a lot different. It allows for a more equitable state of, the existence. Is a blockchain like a VPN? No, it's not a VPN. So a virtual private network, that's just a network, right? A VPN really just, it's more of a gateway. A blockchain is more of the entire computer, the entire stack. You've got storage, you've got processing, you've got, networking item to be able to access that computer. Everything end to end. So it's just a virtual computer. It's the whole reason Dfinity exists. So Dfinity is, they're also a blockchain, and their whole shtick is we are the internet computer. So that's exactly what a blockchain is. It's a computer on the internet. Cool. So that's a blockchain. That's my spiel. That's my version of what a blockchain is. Any questions? Any, thoughts, feelings? Yay, nay. An online database for everyone. Yep, pretty much. So I initially used to describe it as a database until people asked me questions that didn't apply to databases. So, okay, no, it's no longer a database. It's actually a computer. Cool. Enough about blockchains and enough about, looking at these projects. Let's actually get started. So before I actually get started, I lied. I'll just get you guys to, once you head over to your project, make sure you link your Discord account. That's this thing right here. So when you set up, when you just log in, you'll have this button. You'll have a button here to link your Discord account, and B, you should also link your ETH Wallet. So the ETH Wallet is for NFTs that will be sent to you. So every time you finish a project, you will be airdropped an NFT for free. This is going to be a custom NFT that's solely unique to you. So if I go to OpenSea.io and Buildspace v2, we can see a bunch of our different NFTs. There we go. OpenSea is being extremely fast as usual. That was sarcasm, if you couldn't tell. So yeah, you've got a bunch of different NFTs for different types of projects. We've got one for a DAOs. We've got this one is for the Solana project. It's probably the fanciest, if I'm being honest. It's like really whack, not whack, cool. It's got all these fancy gradients and stuff. So it's gonna have a few things. It's gonna have your cohort name, so that's the cohort that you finished with, and it's gonna have the number. This is gonna be which number, which graduate number you are. That's really all it is. And the beauty of these NFTs are employers in companies and people that are on the in the space, they actually recognize these as accomplishments. So if someone sees your NFT, like, okay, cool, this dude finished the Solana project, and not a lot of people have this exact NFT. Matter of fact, I don't. So if you look at my progress, I actually haven't finished this project, so I actually don't have this NFT. So you could beat me to it. You could get this NFT before I do. And this is a really tough one to get. It's probably our rarest one because, the second rarest one, I guess, because of how absolutely amazingly challenging Solana is. So this is also what you're gonna get. As for the Discord itself, I would highly recommend that you guys head over. Just head over to discord.gg/buildspace. I'll just give you guys a link. If you're not in a Discord already, do join. It's an absolutely awesome space. We've got a channel for memes. We've got a channel for GMs. I'm gonna put GM in there. What I'll get you guys to do is, if you're already in the Discord, head over to the intro Solana permanent in the general chat and put in a GIF. Because we're doing so many GIFs, let's just put in one, something. Your favorite GIF, just put it in there. I'm gonna go with, oh my goodness, this is a classic, cult classic. Yeah, I'll just get you to put in your favorite GIF over here. Oh my goodness, we've got Ziz. Dang it, Daniel. That's not very nice, but I respect Ziz. I'm not gonna go with gun.js, bro. I don't even remember what gun.js is. This is funny. Why learn Solana and not Ethereum? So really, it's not either or, right? You can learn both Solana and Ethereum. They're both good at different things. So Ethereum's got this massive library of available programs to you. You've got 5 years of dev tools, 5 years of contracts that are available. But the Ethereum also has problems that Solana doesn't. Ethereum is fundamentally a different structure. Solana, at its core, is very different from Ethereum. There were a number of different innovations that had to happen for Solana to exist. I'll actually give you guys a link that explains some of this stuff better than I do. But really, Solana is just a completely different beast. It allows you to do things that you can't do on Ethereum. The transaction fees are like sub 1 cent per transaction. So if you can have, like, I don't know, probably 10,000 transactions for $1. You wouldn't get even one transaction on Ethereum. So why Solana? Because it's better. Honestly, in many ways, it's better than Ethereum. Cool. I'll actually give you guys the link. Explaining Solana with the Simpsons. There we go. So this is a really great link. It goes over what the innovations of Solana are. There's eight different innovations, and they actually take great examples from or rather they explain it using Simpsons. So you got proof of history. I'm not gonna go over these because these are, even if I say out the names, they're just gonna sound like buzzwords. But yes, if you want to learn more about why Solana, check this link out. Cool. All right, what's next? So what this stream is, just a chill stream where I'm gonna go over the contents of at a high level of the project itself. I'm gonna try to build out a super simple program on Solana, and we're gonna deploy it to the devnet. Cool. Any questions so far? For Solana, you have to learn Rust. Yes. So if you want to write custom programs on Solana, you don't need to learn Rust. Honestly, it's worth it because if you're looking to jump jobs, or you're just looking to become a programmer, the demand for Solana devs is insane. Like, you can easily earn 100,000 plus base. Like, even if you're a junior Rust developer, you can earn more than $100,000 per year if you're a decent junior developer. So it's worth the effort. Cool. All right. More questions? No more questions. Cool. Go. I will get started with my coding window. There we go. I probably shouldn't have started with a base 1. So let's actually move this across and get our notes on the side, because you're gonna watch me learn. Because it's actually been like 3 months since I last worked on this, so it's been a while. Cool. So part of the project, the first part of the project is just actually getting up the web app started. So you will actually be, building the React application itself. If I actually go over here and I do npm start, I can start my React application. It's gonna pop up here shortly. So this is entirely up to you how you want to make it look. I've made mine look dead simple because I haven't actually finished the project yet. I was gonna, customize it. We've got, the default diffs. I wasn't very creative. I didn't actually change anything. But yeah, this is just a Web 2 version. We're just taking GIFs from this simple JS list, the JavaScript list, and we're displaying them. Next part is actually putting them on the blockchain using a Rust smart contract. So you'll start out by actually going through the front end setup. We're gonna walk you through, how do you work with Phantom? How do you build the GIF grid? It's dead simple. It's just straight up front end stuff. Then we're gonna actually get you to set up the Solana environment. So the Solana environment setup can be a bit tough, depending on the OS and the device that you're on. It can take a while. We've got extensive guides here. We actually got dedicated channels for install setup. So we've got one channel for M1 Mac setup and one for the Windows setup. So I've also got some memes over here. This is a very valuable meme because it reminds you that, hey, if you're on Windows like me, you can't actually install or do Solana development natively. You need to run Windows subsystem for Linux. If you look at my terminal over here, you can see right over here I've got WSL. I'm not sure if you guys, okay, yeah, my head is hiding it. How about now? Okay, wrong side. Shit. Hold on. Let me pull up OBS. Cool. Oh no, you guys can see it right here. WSL. So this is Windows subsystem for Linux. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to install Windows subsystem for Linux, and in Windows subsystem for Linux, you're going to do the install instructions. I actually made the guide for Windows because I've got Windows. Let me actually show you guys the guide. Get your Solana environment running. If you do end up getting stuck here, which it's a serious possibility, just give me a message, give one of the TAs a message on in the Discord, and we'll help you out. But there is a dedicated guide for Windows machine setup. It's cool. This was not the right time for this GitHub. Cool. Sorry, not sure what GitHub's doing there. Yeah, so it's a somewhat extensive guide on all the things that you need to do. We try to get it as detailed as possible. We've also got a section for issues you may run into. So just check out these guides. TA Raza, that's me, haha, and get set up. So once you're set up, which I have already skipped because I don't want you guys watching me debug setup issues, you can start writing your Solana contracts. Cool. So what I'll actually do for this is I'll just nuke my entire library.rs program. Cool. Write your first Solana program. Let's do that now. So Rust is sort of a mixed bag. It may seem difficult, but it's also really awesome. It's really safe programming language. If any of you have worked with C++ before, I would recommend. I think you're gonna also like Solana. Rust. It's pretty cool. Cool. I'm actually just gonna copy this over. Really, all we're doing here is this is literally a hello world contract. I'm not gonna go into the details of the syntax on Rust because that would make this stream really long. But all we're doing here is we're declaring the ID for our Solana program. Use anchor lang is sort of like import in JavaScript and import in Python as well. So this is sort of like we're just telling our Rust program, hey, I want you to use this package in the Anchor library. From Anchor. Cool. And then there we go. This is a contract, so you can see it's a public function, and it takes in a bunch of stuff, starts stuff off, and it gives you this. Next, and then we're calling it. I think. There you go. Right here it says it's a function that anyone else can call. Right now, as it makes obvious, it's not actually doing anything. It's just literally just says okay, which is the ending of the function. It's not actually calling the function. So we're just gonna run this. We try to go into a decent amount of detail in the notes here, so you're always welcome to just go over the notes. Cool. So if I do end up doing this, I'm gonna check out my Anchor TOML file. It's calling probably should be local, I think. All right, we're at our first issue. This should say not really an issue, but I went ahead and did stuff that I wasn't supposed to do. So this thing right here, it should say cluster testnet or local, I think. Can I see file history here? Let's just launch it on the testnet, why not? Okay, so if we wanted to actually run this, the way you run Anchor programs is, if you guys have worked with Hardhat before, it's quite simple. So with Hardhat, what you do is you write the Solidity contract, and then you use a JavaScript script to run it. So that's exactly what Anchor does for us. Anchor allows us, it's sort of a framework similar to Hardhat that lets you run Rust programs locally. So I've got this script right here. It's actually gonna fetch the Anchor library, and it's gonna, you know, fetch my contract, and then it's gonna kick it off. So it says, you know, anchor.workspace, and I've got this anchor.toml file, which indicates, you know, what's the actual project that I'm running. So I've got the ID here. There we go. And I'll also check my wallet. Oops. So if I were to run this, where is the command? I believe it's just anchor test. Oh, yes, it is anchor test. So I've got test in anchor.toml scripts file. Change this. This. Cool. Let's see if this works. How to use test-driven development with Rust for Solana. That is a tough question. I actually haven't done test-driven development with Solana, so I can't answer that for you. Oh no, I'm not in Anchor workspace. Yeah, I'm just gonna do ls. I want to make sure. So this is the beauty of working with Ubuntu, or Linux rather. cd my epic project. I'm just gonna do anchor test. Let's see how many things I messed up, because there's probably a number of things I messed up because I just skipped a bunch of steps. Okay, so I've actually just deployed this to the Solana blockchain off the bat. I was supposed to run it locally. Let's see, can I take something from Netter's guide? Probably not. If I go here, let's see if I can find some history. I cannot know. I think it's cluster and local. So I've forgotten what this is supposed to be called. Is it supposed to be called localnet or localhost? I think it's supposed to be localhost. Cool. So we'll just pretend that has insufficient funds. Whoa, that's a lot of Sol for deploying. Because I'm on the local testnet stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's just try localhost. Anchor test. Cool. But the general gist of it is, all you gotta do is write a Rust script or a Rust, file, and then you'll use the JavaScript file, the JavaScript script, to actually test that and run that. There's a number of different calls that you can make to actually deploy it to the testnet or localnet, mainnet. If I do, there we go. It's solid for me. Localnet, not host. Cool. This is beauty. Gonna go down here and see if I can find. Oh, look at that. Starting test. Your transaction signature is blah. which is exactly what we're looking for. So all we've done in this so far right now is we have set up a script, or rather a Solana program in Rust that declares the ID. This is the ID of the program itself. We've declared some prerequisites. We've created a function and we've called the function. That's literally all we're doing. Except because we're doing it on the blockchain, and with localnet, what we're doing is we're emulating the Solana blockchain. We are actually creating a transaction. So const transaction await RPC starts stuff off. So we're calling a function that really does nothing right now, and we're getting the transaction signature. So what this has shown us is we have written a valid Solana program. B, we've called the program onto a localized Solana blockchain and we've pushed it off, or rather, we called the function and it worked. So I did skip one thing, I suppose, which is local nets and mainnets. So you think about localhost on React, right? So if I go over here, do I have it up? I think I have. So similar to how you've got localhost when you're testing local websites, you can also set up local versions of the blockchain to test your program. So instead of deploying to the mainnet, because that would cost you real money, or deploying to the testnet, which is sort of like a free version of the mainnet, what you can do is you can use Anchor to deploy stuff locally. So I've set the cluster here to localnet, which is just my virtual, my local machine. So on my machine in Ubuntu, I am sort of creating a fake Solana blockchain, and I'm deploying this program to that blockchain. Cool. What's next? Let's actually make this program do something. I'm gonna leave this file because I don't really need to do anything here, and I'm actually gonna be updating my script as well as my Solana program. Any questions? No questions? Okie dokie. Cool. So let me just make this a bit bigger so it's easier for you guys to see. All right, so what you need to know about accounts in Solana is Solana uses accounts, or Solana creates accounts per program. So in Solidity, you store data on the contract. So you've got this one contract that stores data, right? With Solana, you don't actually store data on the contract. The contract, or the program, it creates accounts for each user that interacts with it, and data is stored in those accounts. I actually had a very good example of this. If I remember where I can find it, I actually had a very good drawing for this. I'll just draw it again. So if I go to what's the word here? Calidra, right? Oh, let's try again. Right here. Cool. So is dark mode okay? Dark mode's probably okay. So we've got, let's just call this Solana program. So you've got the Solana program that's been deployed onto the Solana blockchain, and you've got this, let's call this guy, actually give this, I'm gonna do this, oops. This is you, right? So you are wanting to interact with this program. So what you do is you send a transaction for, to interact with this program on the Solana blockchain. And when you want to, essentially what you want to do is because you're interacting with the program, it's going to want to save your data, or it's going to want to give you something, right? And instead of directly giving it to you, what it's going to do is it's going to create a account for your specific address. So on your address, sorry, it's going to create an account owned by your address. So if let's go with this again. So there we go. Program account. Oops. And you are going to own this. So if I just do this, owns, creates. Oops. So this is how Solana works, and this really allows you to do lots of cool stuff. So imagine this program account, right? You can store anything in here. You can have as many accounts as you want per person as well. So what you could do is, for instance, let's say you're making a game on Solana, right? You could use one account to store inventory items. You could create another account to store, for instance, character attributes, like how much strength they have, or how much, I don't know, how cool they are, I don't know, whatever you want. So these programs can sort of store arbitrary data. So essentially what happens is you interact with the Solana program. The program creates an account and you own the account. So right here, what's happening is in this bit right here, we are actually getting the base account. So when we run the program, we're going to create an account, and then we're going to set some value for that account. That's really all that's happening here. The syntax isn't that relevant, and mutable really just means, you know, it's a mutable value, or we're calling it mutable value. But all you need to do here is we are creating an account for ourselves, and then we're setting a value in that account. So we've got the total GIFs value in this base account. We're setting it to 0, and then we're just ending the program, right? If I wanted to actually run this, oh, any questions around this one, by the way? If you guys have any questions around how Solana programs work, just let me know. Cool. Okay, I'm already boring it out, so I'm just gonna skip forward now. Cool. So we've actually got a pretty good explanation on all of this. If you do wanna, go over it. I could just run this, but again, that would not really do anything, because all we're doing here is we're still, adding data. So instead of running this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the thing. So we're actually going to add data to it, and then we're gonna retrieve data from it. So all we have right now is so far an integer. And next, should I? I'm just gonna do it anyway. Let's go. I lied. We are going to, we are going to actually run this. So let's just quickly go over our script. What's happening here? So a lot of similar stuff. We're getting, the environment. We're getting the program, right? This is the My Epic project library. So rather file, Rust file. We're generating a key pair. So a key pair is necessary for our program to use. So when you think about this bit right here, right? It's U. The U bit is you need to have a key pair on Solana, as in you need to have a wallet. A key pair is just a wallet. So you need to have a wallet to interact with it, right? When I say you're interacting with it, I just mean your wallet. So your wallet is going to interact with the Solana program. And that's what we're doing up here. We're creating a wallet of sorts. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a transaction. In the transaction, we're going to send our public key. And that's it. The signer is also, the wallet that we're making itself. And what we're going to do next is we are going to call a function, or sort of fetch data. There you go. If I just hit anchor test, does every account still have a public and private elliptic key curve pair? It's a tough question. Hedera TV. Actually, don't know this. So does every program have one? I don't know if they're Solana also uses. I actually don't remember if they use elliptic curves, but yes, they don't. Every account doesn't. So you don't need to have. Oh, I misunderstood. I assumed you were talking about wallets, but yes, every account doesn't have. As far as I'm aware, every account doesn't have a key pair. It's really just you have ownership of this account. So I believe there is a key pair to your accounts. I'm actually just gonna share this now because I am not sure if anything that I'm saying. Tough question. I'll have to look that up. But essentially, as far as I'm aware, the way this works is since you own this account, you can call data on behalf of it, or you can do stuff on behalf of it. That's a terrible answer, I know. I need to freshen up really. Cool. Okie dokie, so we've got a problem, which is beautiful. This is a very, very appropriate problem. So the given account is not owned by the executing program. So I've got this account, right? And I'm trying to get some data from the program for this account, but I actually don't own this. In this scenario right here, I don't own this. And this is probably because I haven't updated one of my addresses. So if I look at this ID, because yeah, this is, I literally just copied this from the notes. So this is the program ID. So I am trying to interact with a program that's not mine, which is why it's giving me this error. Fix this would be as simple as actually getting my program ID. And if I remember correctly, I think it's Solana. I'm not gonna risk it. Let's see. We should be guided on where we can actually fetch the thing. And know it's in section 3, but I also want to know if it's in section 1. Maybe I skipped this one again. Nope. I think this is the one. Can I probably just undo this? I think I can. There we go. So this is my old one. There's a command that actually gives you your program ID. I just forgotten what it is. So I've just cheated. I've used GitHub or Git to undo my mistakes. Forgive me. Cool. So it's building my program, and it should put something else. In the meantime, I'm actually gonna go over my scripts to see if I'm actually doing this. Okay, so I've got the base value. Setting it to 0. Let's up it. I think right here. So we've got item struct. Oof. Is this too far ahead? I think this might be too far ahead. I don't want to go as far as structs right now. I just want to update this value. Yep, this is it. It was too far ahead. Basic count. Yes, there we go. There we go. That worked too. So usually, if there's errors, you'll see a huge output that just screams at you, "Hey, you did something wrong." They're not very nice about it. So yeah, if you see, emojis, that's good. Cool. I'm just gonna update my script again. Copy paste, like the absolute genius developer that I am. I am a professional developer, by the way. I don't copy paste. That's just magically appearing. I'm typing so fast that you guys can't see me. Cool. So let's just break this down again. At a very high level, all we're doing is we've got another function here, which is the add GIF function, and it doesn't really add a GIF. Right now, all it does is it ups the value of our total GIFs int. So we've got this integer, right, and we're just upping the value by 1. So we're storing a number on the blockchain. That's actually really big, storing a number on the blockchain. I'll go over why that's really big in a bit, but let's just run this. So we're actually gonna need to update our script as well. And really, you see me copy pasting this whole thing. I don't actually need to copy paste the whole thing. I just need to copy paste like one line of it, which is this one. Where's the one? Oh, add GIF. There we go. So we've got this function, which is the add GIF function. Again, it doesn't actually add a GIF right now. All it does is it ups the value of one integer, and we're gonna run it. So we're gonna do anchor test. Okie dokie. I messed up a copy paste. Did I? I did. Sheesh. That didn't happen. Delete the VOD. Ownership through digital signatures. Yes, absolutely. And that looks good so far. And now for the okay, that does not look good. You know how I said you're gonna have errors that scream at you? Right here we've got those errors that are screaming at me. Custom program error. Oh, I know again. I did the exact same thing. I haven't updated my ID. So you can think of a program ID sort of like a contract address on Ethereum. On Ethereum, you need to actually call certain contracts. This also happens in the same thing happens essentially in Solana. You've got the program IDs that you need to call. So when I declare ID, I'm actually declaring the program on the chain. Cool. So you've got GIF.0 and GIF.1. It seems really simple, but this is actually huge. This is just an integer, right? Imagine if it was something else. Imagine if, I don't know, voting records. You could have one integer for each voter, right? So you could store voting records on chain. They would be absolutely undeniable. No one could deny them. And because they're authenticated, via, as mentioned, digital signatures, no one can, fight them. No one can, say, hey, this is actually wrong. I didn't actually vote for this guy. Because we're going to have data on chain to prove if someone voted or didn't vote. So this may seem really simple, but the amount of work that's gone into making this happen, which is, storing undeniable, permissionless data on the blockchain is massive. Anyone can go on the blockchain and read this data. anyone can write to it if they have, you know, the right permissions. And so far we haven't actually set any restrictions, so anyone can pretty much add data on the blockchain and read from it, which is huge. Like, think of all the things you could do with this. Cool. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and deploy this on the devnet. So if I change this to the devnet, I'm gonna do Solana config get. Oops. Make sure I am on the devnet. So I can see over here, I've got this set on the Solana devnet, and I believe I actually need to check my script, make sure I'm not doing something silly. Yeah, looks good. Can I just do anchor deploy here? I probably should double check my script. Because this is like an older script and I'm not supposed to be using this. Cool. If I do this and undo this, that looks good to me. Oh, actually, this is DestructBit. I probably want to skip this one as well. We're running short on time, so I'm just gonna speed through this. I am super sorry. Ah, there you go. This is the thingy that I was looking for. There's my program address. Yeah, I'm just gonna actually knock this out. Anchor deploy. So what this is doing is it's actually going to talk to the devnet. The Solana devnet, which is a real network that you can deploy on and test. It's going to talk to it. It's going to submit my program. It's going to run the script as well, and it's just going to set the value of GIFs. Oh no, we're actually just not setting values, but really it's just going to deploy the program to the blockchain. If I actually go here, Solana Explorer, you can see it. In a bit, program ID. It's not updated. Okay, so this should say like 5 minutes ago. I think the devnet, just the UI hasn't refreshed. There we go, a few seconds ago. So if we look at this, we can see that this transaction was sent 6:55 a.m. It is currently, what time is it? I really need to stop. Oh, wrong way again. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, it's 6:56 a.m. and this was deployed at 6:55 a.m. Whoa! We just deployed a program onto the Solana blockchain. That was really scuffed, and I apologize. But that's how development goes sometimes. Cool. I've got like 5 minutes for questions and stuff, so you're welcome to just jump off. And I see a number of people already have, so you're welcome to jump off and just get started on the project. Any questions? No questions? I'm gonna pull up the music just a wee bit. The TDD. Excited to make some errors. That's what I want to hear, because you're absolutely gonna smash it. Way to go. Trust in development, honestly, I'm not the right person to ask this question. I would recommend that you jump into the Anchor Discord and ask them. So Anchor, the devs are absolutely amazing. They will answer all of your questions. They're really responsive on Discord. They're really helpful as well. So if you want a detail on how you can do test-driven development with Solana, I'd recommend that you guys check them out. But let's see. I believe you can write tests with Anchor. Trying to find it for you. Nope. You can't find it. But the reality is, some links here. I don't have any links. I'm so sorry. I just literally just Google Anchor Docs. They don't seem to have a lot of extensive docs on testing. One thing you need to remember is you're at the bleeding edge of this technology. You're building this as they're building it. You're building on this stuff as they're building it. So you're sort of like the pioneers in this space. So if there's something that you're looking for that doesn't exist out there, ask about it. Ask the devs, ask the actual developers of the Solana blockchain itself, the ecosystem itself. You can ask them questions. Hey, I'm looking to do this with your blockchain. Can you guys help me out? And more often than not, they'll actually help you out. They'll answer your questions. If you're looking for a guide on testing and development, you could be the first one that makes it. Ask a few questions, get a few answers, use those answers and questions to make a guide on how to do test-driven development yourself. Welcome to the bleeding edge. Cool. All right. I'm not seeing a lot of questions, so what I am gonna do is just head off. I am actually gonna finish the project myself because I haven't finished this. Like not on Buildspace. I finished it out of Buildspace, so I'm gonna finish it on Buildspace. Hi there. I'm a senior frontend for the money. Move to Solidity or specialized in frontend. Honestly, you can't go wrong either way. I don't really know if you need to move to Solidity. It really depends on personal preference. So you can just do web3 development with frontend because not a lot of stuff changes. You're just interacting with the blockchain instead of interacting with web3 stuff, right? Sorry, instead of interacting with web2 databases. So if you want to just focus on, specialize in frontend with web3, that's a pretty good deal. Not a bad idea. But yeah, if you want to build smart contracts because the salary for smart contract developers is higher, you could definitely look into that. But I would recommend just start with front end web3. Start with front end. You can't go wrong. There's a lot of demand for you guys, by the way. Cool. We're gonna kick things off now. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for sticking around and watching me mess with Rust and figure my way. Thank you. Goodbye.